What's up, Mr. Tom? Good, how are you?
Good.
All right, I think I'm gonna winch this up because I'm worried it's gonna lose traction and I'll fall off the side, because I've dumped a skid steer off this trailer before and that was no fun. And I don't wanna make that mistake with this. It's a good way to lose your face. Doesn't like doing it, but it's doing it. That winch is very unhappy about this. There. Set the parking brake. All right, I'm gonna get everything chained down. And if you guys are wondering what's happening with these, they're coming to my house for service. We've got a Kubota RTV900, diesel side-by-side, and a Scag Cheetah. Both need full service, and the mower needs blade sharpening. But I'm gonna get it chained down. We're gonna head back to my house and unload. My dogs are going absolutely bonkers inside because they can see Theodore. Bonkers. I think I'm just going to try to drive the Scag off. It shouldn't be as dangerous going off as it was coming up. I guess we'll find out in a second here. At least I got a tractor if I dump it off the side. I mean, there'll be video proof, but hopefully no damage. That wasn't bad. Now for the bell of the ball. See, these ramps are still, that's an appropriate width. I guess this can be the project area for a little bit, since my truck's in the project corner. Just more stuff for Theodore to climb on. All right. Yeah, like I was saying, they're both in for service. I don't have anything for them, so I got to get all that stuff first. Lawnmower's going to be easy. That's stuff I can get all at the parts store. The Kubota, I'm probably going to have to order in filters. That's going to take a couple days, so I guess we'll see how fast the postman can get here. So I think we've got everything I need to work on this Kubota, what is it, an RTV900. And oil change, fuel filter, air filter, and I think mostly the main part of the motor that I need to get to is going to be under this dump bed. I don't know anything about anything with this, but I did look it up on the internets, and it said I only need like 3.9 quarts of oil, which doesn't seem like enough, but I guess if the oil pan is small enough. So I'm gonna fire this machine up, lift the bed up, let it idle for a little bit, hopefully warm up a little bit, and we'll start with the oil, I guess, or we'll start with whatever's on top and it's easiest. Hopefully it fires right up. I'm in neutral. Nothing. Okay. Looks like we're gonna have to try to jump it. Let's go get my jump box. All right, we'll let that charge for a minute. I'm gonna grab the oil and the filters and whatever else I think is for this machine. I'll be honest with you. You can't see me. Well, you can see my body, but you can't see my head. And that's not what I'm being honest with you about. I'm being honest with you that this is my own fault. I left the key on. Absolute rookie mistake. Absolute rookie mistake. So we might switch gears over to the lawnmower. Rookie mistake. All right, lawnmower. This is a Scag Cheetah. I don't know much about them. Apparently, Scag Cheetahs are all the same. I don't know if that's true or not, but what the heck is going on here? Opens up on both sides. Well, that's interesting. I wonder why that opens. Oh, there's the intake. A little bit of grass in there. Happen to have a new one of these. I guess we'll do it all in one. Okay. Like I said, probably could have been clean, but since we're here, customer wants it replaced, it gets replaced. All right, I know nothing of this machine. I've never done an oil change on one of these before, but if it's anything like any other internal combustion motor, it's got oil in it, and that oil needs to be changed. I could see the oil filter down here, and I'd be willing to bet this is the oil drain. Be willing to bet that's it. All right, let's get you a little warmed up action and get this drained. Hopefully this battery isn't dead too. All right, Theodore. Loud noises. Let's see here. Parking brake is engaged. She's cold, man. There we go. I love the way these Scag sound. They sound so good in my opinion. I mean, I know it's just the Kohler engine, but they sound really nice as far as a gas motor can sound. It's probably super noisy. All right, we'll let this warm up for, I don't know, 5 minutes or until I can't breathe in here anymore. Whew. Then we'll change the oil. All right, that's enough of that. Like I was saying, oil filter, that clearly is the oil filter, and I would imagine this drain tube here would in fact be the oil drain. Do one of those numbers. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, just got a bunch of oil on my hands. Oh, and I dropped it. Okay, I should probably be wearing gloves. So I'm gonna get all the oil all over the place now. Let that drain for a minute. Oh, you can't even see what I was doing. There you go, how's that? That thing right there is a little hose that came out of there, and I had to unscrew the top that was on it. Yeah, we're gonna let that drain. I'm gonna clean up my hands and put gloves on. Now the interesting thing to me is where this oil from this oil filter is gonna go. Probably all over the place. A little bit of sparkle in this oil. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but there is. Oh, there we go. All right, by hand. That's how your oil filter should be on. No doubt in my mind this is going to make a mess. Where is that mess going to go? Is the question. Well, they certainly don't make this easy. Okay. Rubber washer came with it. That's always a good sign. Getting all the drippy drips into the pan. And we'll grab the new filter. Let's cap this back up. Because once we can get this hose out of our way, we'll have more room. It's done draining anyway. There you go. Does that make you happy? A little bit of oil on the ring. Huh. This is not a very convenient spot for this oil filter. Now there is a bunch of excess oil from the filter hanging out down there, so we'll just let that drippy drip for a little bit. So the next thing we got to do is add some oil, and if the internet is right, this thing takes about a quart and a half to 1.5 to 1.7 quarts. All right, let's check here to make sure we're on the stick. We're on the stick, but I think we're right at the L, the lower L, so fire this thing up. Let that circulate into the oil filter and stuff. These dipsticks are super tough to read. I think we're just at the bottom of the L. I hate these dipsticks. Yeah, we need to add some. All right, let's put a skosh in here. Couple glugs. Sometimes it's easier to tell on the back side, on the smooth side. We'll let it sit for a bit, and I'll check it once it settles, because we need to let it drain off that bottom pan anyway. We'll go over to the old Kubota and see if that'll fire up. Look at that. You guys spend all this money on engine bright. Just get yourself an oily rag. Shines that engine right up. Yeah, there you go. Okay, over to the Kubota. Hopefully with this have been charging, it'll fire up. Come on, baby. Like a dream. I'll take that back, not like a dream. She's cold. She's real cold. Let's see here. I think to raise the bed. Oh yeah, look at that. That's nice. Probably don't need that. D902, that's the engine. Let's do some Googling. Kubota D902 oil capacity. 3.7 liters. Which a liter and a quarter are about the same. Alright, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to let this bad Larry warm up and then see if we can't go about draining the oil in this thing too. Alright, should be warm enough. Or at least warmer than it was. I'm gonna try to figure out what size the drain bolt is. Is that it right there? It's gotta be it. Oh my god, that is a reach. I'm gonna take a wild guess at 14 mil. Wild guess. Huh. I'm not even gonna be able to get a socket. Oh wait, I can get a socket on it. And 14 mil is correct. All right. That's done. So while that's draining, we'll go over and do the air box on this, which is on the other side of the machine. You know, I wear gloves to keep my hands clean, but the problem is, whoa, I still gotta clean my hands off every time I wanna grab a hold of the camera. Are you gonna sit nicely here? We can stop blocking on my face, thank you though. Wait, that's the wrong way. Yeah, there we go. Air box is right here. Oh yeah. It's a little dirty. Just so happens, got a new one right here. No pre-filter on this one, or post-filter I should say. And if you don't know, this is a water drain, so that always needs to go down. Oh, let's see here. Fuel filter. So the fuel filter is tucked. Here, I'll put my hand on it. There, my hand's on it. It's way down here. There's no way that I'm gonna be able to get any sort of video footage of that. It's just a simple barb style fuel filter. Take the rubber hose off the old one, put it on the new one, and boom, Bob's your uncle. Right, so I'm gonna do the fuel filter and we'll move on. Get back to the oil. So the fuel filter's changed, and I guess we gotta put this oil drain bolt back in. You know, while I was waiting for this oil to drain, I went on the old Googles to try to find grease points on this machine because I figured it'd have some grease points. And I could not for the life of me find any grease points while looking at it myself. So I figured I'll consult the Googles. I consulted the Googles, and the Googles says there's grease points on here. But when I look where it says there's grease points, there are in fact no grease points. So I don't know if this machine just doesn't take grease or what, but I don't know. All right, oil filters right inside here. Quick little reach. All right, little baby oil filter. And I have a little baby oil filter to replace it. The O-ring all lubed up, so you guys don't get mad at me. Make sure you're putting the new one on. Hand tight. All right, I know I have a marker somewhere. Take that back. I thought I had a marker somewhere. Theodore, did you run off with my marker? I don't know what happened to it. Aha, there it is. How many hours do we have on this machine? 460 hours. Just getting warmed up. So we'll write 460. 460 hours, February of 23. All right, we got to dump some oil in. What did I say it was? 3.7? So 3.7 quarts, or 3.7 liters. Liters to quarts. 3.7, 4 quarts. Little mobile Delvac, full synthetic, 1540. This might take a minute. Gotta go all the way through the valve train, into the oil galleries, down into the crankcase. The difference between this and the lawnmower we were dumping it straight into the crankcase through the oil, well, it's the oil fill / the dipstick. This motor does not work the same way. So it doesn't fill as fast. All right, that's all she wrote. I wonder if this thing's gonna have enough juice to fire up. I guess we're fitting to find out here pretty quickly. Fired up, even though I did the fuel. Oh, we got a little stumble. All right. So in a diesel motor, if you don't know this, you can't have any air in the system. And since I did the fuel filter, I introduced air to the system, but it seems like it's running just fine, which is a good sign. All right, we let it run for a little bit, and we're gonna check the oil on the dipstick. So the dipstick on this motor is on the passenger side. Let's see here. Give it the old wipe down the first try. All right, we're gonna do the same thing. We'll let that settle because it's picking it up from the side of the tube, which makes it really tough to read it. Let that settle for a bit, and we'll go back to the lawnmower and check that one now. So if you don't know what I mean by letting it settle, when the motor is active and shaking, the oil's jumping around and stuff like that. If you let the motor just sit a while, the oil will rest on the dipstick and give you a more accurate reading, I guess. Makes it easier to read. So that's what I did with the lawnmower. That's what I'm doing with the Kubota. So we'll check the lawnmower now. All right, we're there now. Right to the middle, perfect. So minus checking the oil in the Kubota, I mean, I just showed you on the lawnmower, it's gonna be the same process. We're done. These two machines behind me are fully serviced, ready to run all summer. It's pretty simple. Wasn't bad. Something you can DIY yourself for sure. The only thing that you need to be concerned about is air in the Kubota fuel system, like I said. But if you pay attention to what you're doing and make sure that that fuel filter gets filled up, because what happens is the fuel will actually siphon out of the tank, down the line, into the fuel filter. Just let that fuel siphon up into the fuel filter, you'll be fine. That's what I did. Let the fuel filter fill up before I put that top hose on. It fired right up, stumbled for a second, but worked right through it. Yeah, these are done. It was simple. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, because if you've made it this far, I think I've earned your subscription if you aren't already. And if you didn't know, Theodore also wants you to subscribe. Isn't that right, Theodore? Nothing. Silent partner in this business. Anywho, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one.